Hi, welcome to Community Talk. My name is Jody Vogt. I'm Vice President with Enid AM Too Ambux Group, and I'm here with Karen Holland. She's a charter member of our group. We're here to talk to you about our group, what we do, and about an upcoming event in March.
Right.
Thank you for being here with me today, Karen.
Thank you, Jody.
Do you want to start by telling us a little bit about the history of our group?
Sure. Ambux is a national organization. We're dedicated to creating opportunities of independence for people with disabilities, and we do that in the local community by community service projects, and then nationally through scholarships for therapists and other ways of helping those who have disabilities. There are approximately 140 chapters all over the United States in 30 of the states. And we have 3 chapters in Enid. The Enid AM Too chapter was formed in 1988 with the Enid AM chapter as our organizing chapter.
Right.
We chartered with 101 female members, and currently we have approximately 35 members, various backgrounds, various businesses within the city of Enid. Have several retired people since it was 1988 when we chartered, so
Yeah. We have a couple of those.
yes, almost 29 years old, so we've been around for a while. Giving away Amtrikes, providing scholarships for therapists on a local level and also nationally. And then our goal is to give away 12 Amtrikes each year to people within our Enid community, children and adults.
And do we also give, I believe we give some away nationally, don't we,
Yes,
on
we
the
do.
national wish
We have
list?
a national wish list where we pick out those who have maybe been on the wish list for quite some time, and we're always glad to provide Amtrikes for those people as well. It's a lot of fun to see those people smiling when they're riding their trikes.
Yes, it is a real treat, especially the children is my
Right.
favorite.
That's right. Mine too.
About our fundraiser, it's coming up. It's our 4th chicken and noodle dinner and silent auction. Do you want to give us a little information about that?
Well, it takes place on Friday, March the 3rd, and we're serving homemade chicken and noodles from 5:30 to 7:30 at Central Christian Church, which the address I believe is 1111 West Broadway.
That's correct.
It's just a block or two from Van Buren and West Broadway. We'll be there serving chicken and noodles, green beans, a roll, and desserts, all homemade. You can dine in or carry it out. We encourage people to stay around because we have a silent auction that we'll
That's right.
be conducting that night. Various gift baskets from restaurants in Enid, gift certificates. We have a guard basket. We have a DeWalt
Tool bit set, right?
Yes, and a basket of automotive supplies from AutoZone. We have a basket of hair products from G&K Designs, a patio set,
Right.
table and chairs
From Lowe's.
from Lowe's.
Right.
And let's see, what else is on our list here?
I know we had a donation from Sooner Auto Detail for a detailing job.
Right, a wall
is
hanging.
nice.
Wall hanging from Garfield Furniture. And a Wes Gray portrait, which is always a popular
Oh, yeah.
thing.
Those are so nice. He
They
does a
really
nice
are.
job.
He does.
And what's the price for the tickets? I don't
Okay.
think we've gone over that.
Yes, $10 for adults. Children 12 and under are $5. And we give generous portions because we make chicken and noodles for over 400 people. So we'll have plenty
Yes.
for everybody.
We try our best.
Yes.
What happens to the proceeds?
The proceeds are used throughout the community during our AMBUC year and also to provide the Amtrikes and scholarships for therapists.
Great. Can you tell me about a few of the organizations in the area that we have helped in the past?
Sure. The YWCA, the YMCA Back a Youth Program, Youth and Family Services, the Garfield County Child Advocacy Center, the foster care program, Loaves and Fishes. It's not always monetary. Sometimes it's just our time to volunteer at those different organizations and
Right.
places.
If I remember correctly, I think we helped with putting food away, right, at the Loaves and Fishes.
Right.
A couple months ago.
Right.
Great.
And to date, over the years, since 1988, I think we've given away about $175,000 within the Enid community and also through Amtrak scholarships and nationally.
That's amazing. That's a lot of money to help out with.
A lot of work that we've done over the years, but we enjoy it. We have a lot of fun doing it. We try to make it just a fun time for everybody.
Yes, I think we do a pretty good job of that personally.
Right.
Do you want to tell a little bit about our meetings and how
Sure.
we conduct business
Sure.
as a group?
We meet every Wednesday morning at 6:45 at 320 West Maple. We have a continental breakfast. Our members take turns bringing breakfast, and it's always fun to share recipes
Yeah.
and to share that good food. We have a lot of fun at our meetings. We don't conduct any business at the meetings. All the business is done at our board meetings once a month. But our meetings are informative. We always have a guest speaker. We do fun things with our sergeant at arms, try to collect money for other things, and just have a lot of fun and get to know one another.
Right.
Some meetings we just have a good time. Just
We've had some great speakers
talking.
too.
Yes.
Let's see, we had AJ Shorter today with the Alzheimer's organization. He
Right.
was very informative.
Right.
And I was trying to think who else we've had in the
Mike-
last few weeks.
Mike Ruby came
with
at our
OG&E.
last week from OG&E, talking about the ice storm and their preparations. That was really interesting too, to see what they'd learned from the ice storm in 2002 compared to this year's
Yes.
ice storm that, thank goodness, didn't happen.
Didn't take, and what they do to protect us and to try to make sure we
Right.
have our lights and our heat on.
Right.
We've had the Enid Police Department
Right.
a couple times.
Yes. Talked
different
about their
matters.
body cams and what's going on at the Enid Police Department. And we have people from Vance Air Force Base that tell us what's going on out there. And from
The
the Enid
veterans
Municipal Airport, we've had Mr. Onesorge there talking about the changes that they had made in previous years at the airport.
Yeah, there's a lot that's changed there too. And the wall that is there, the
Right.
memorial wall.
Right.
Overall, it's just a great way to stay informed about different things going on within the community. And if you'd ever like to join us, we would love to have you there. We'd love to invite you to one of our meetings, and we definitely want to invite you to our dinner.
Right. 5:30 to 7:30 on Friday, March the 3rd at
Yes.
Central Christian Church. Tickets are $10. You don't have to have a ticket ahead of time. We'll have plenty to eat and just enjoy the company and being around people who are happy and having a good time.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. In the remaining time, I was just going to try to think of a few more auction items that we might be able to share with the viewers. I think that there are some you mentioned the wall hanging from Garfield
Right.
Furniture, but I think there's also some items from the Antique Emporium. Is that?
Yes, I think you're right. Lots of the businesses in Enid have been very generous with their donations and have really stepped up to help us out because they understand that we do a lot of things within the community, and thank goodness we have lots of good merchants in Enid
That are community-minded.
right, help us out. So all working together, we can cover a lot of territory.
That's for sure. Okay, thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to Enid's Community Talk. I'm Christy Brown, and I get the pleasure of playing Patsy Cline in this year's Gaslight Theatre's dinner theater, Always Patsy Cline. And this to my left is my co-star.
I'm Carol Haygood, and I play Louise, Patsy's super fan. This is a true story, and this particular story is sanctioned by Patsy Cline's family. So I think that's kind of an interesting little kick there for the show.
It is. The storyline is actually 28 of Patsy Cline's most beloved songs, and you will recognize all of them, from Crazy to Walking After Midnight, I Fall to Pieces, all of her best known songs. But the storyline is actually told through her #1 fan. So it's a hilarious comedic show with lots of fun, lots of energy. Tell us a little bit about Louise's costumes.
I like to describe Louise as, you remember that show Alice? And they had Flo, the waitress on there, that used to always tell Mel, "Mel, you kiss my grits," you know. Louise is Flo on steroids. And if you gave Flo a bedazzler, you would end up with Louise's costumes.
That's a true story. That's a true story. We have a lot of fun on stage together. There's lots of movement, lots of costume changes, lots of dancing going on, some crowd involvement, which is always fun. We actually get to do this year's production at the Enid Symphony Hall for the dinner theater, located on Broadway in the Knox Building. It's going to be on the 4th floor.
Right.
We are super excited to be there. The setting is very intimate. You actually feel like you're a part of the show, because the storyline, a lot of it takes place like in the Grand Ole Opry and the Esquire Ballroom. So you kind of get the feel like you're there in the actual show.
You do. You get a ballroom atmosphere. You've got, you know, it kind of like a bar tables, but as you're sitting there, there will be audience interaction.
Warning,
so come prepared. Come prepared.
But fun.
Right.
But
oh
fun.
Yes, fun. Lots of fun.
Well, we have to take a second to brag on our band. We are backed up by the
Awesome.
Bodacious Bobcats. They are, the band is made up of a lot of local celebrities, a lot of names you will recognize. Billy Beck is playing our steel guitar and our lead. On our bass, we have Gene Mooney. The drums are Billy Thompson. On the violin/fiddle is Bill Nolan. And our music director's name is Terry Gaylor. She's actually on the piano, but she's also our music director. And then we have Chuck Lips, who's doing all the backup vocals and acoustic guitar. They are a band you don't want to miss. They are incredible. They've kind of made us step up on our game, haven't they, Carol?
I tell you what, every night we go to rehearsal and the band starts playing, and it's like I just sit there and go, "Oh, wow. That's so cool."
They are so talented.
They are
so talented.
super talented.
We truly are honored to have them helping us with this show, and they make up a big part of it. We couldn't do it without them, could we?
Oh no, they are a huge part of this show. They've, by golly, they have put in hours and hours of rehearsals, but they are the ultimate professionals. They're awesome. You're going to love them.
You are. This show is also being produced by Ross Healthcare, Home Health and Hospice. We want to say a huge thank you for their generosity. And it's also being catered by Panavino's. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Carol?
Well, Panavino's will be there on the dates for the show are February 17th and 18th. And that weekend, that Friday and Saturday, we'll be having chicken cordon bleu from Panavino's. And then the next weekend's the 23rd and the 24th, and they'll be serving pork chops with some fancy stuff on the side and all of that. There will always be dessert. We have desserts at intermission. There's a cash bar, so you can partake there. It's It is going to be an evening of laughter, of good food, of wonderful music, incredible music. Christy just knocks Patsy Cline out of the water, and then you get dessert. So you can't miss on this. You're going to laugh. You're going to cry. It's going to be great.
Well, we can't go through this interview without mentioning the most important part, which is our director, Frank Baker. This is Frank's second time to direct the show. I had the pleasure of working with him the first time, which was in 2005. So it's incredible that we get to work again together. He is a lot of fun. He puts on a show you will not want to miss. Incredibly talented. Talk a little bit about Frank.
Frank kind of gives us free reign. There's a lot of directors that want it done just their way, and that's fine because it's normally very good. Frank kind of says, "Oh, we'll just go off and do whatever you feel like there," and that adds to a lot of the comedic aura of the show, and it's refreshing because you're given the opportunity to express the character as you feel that character themselves.
And he's just a great director to work with and a great person. And many of you know him, and he's just a lot of fun. We have to give some special thanks to, we have our assistant director, Stephanie Ritter, excuse me. And then we have our choreographer, Angela Lyons. She was a lot of fun to work with. We had a blast
Bless her heart. Bless her pea-picking heart.
She is so much fun. And we're still kind of trying to remember all that fun choreography, but we're getting there, aren't we?
We have our moments.
Also, we have some special cameos. Karen Staple's been helping us backstage. She has a fun little part that you'll get to see at the play. Let's see if we left anybody out. Carmen Ball has done our set design and some costuming as well. She is always incredible to work with.
Carmen always puts incredible sets together. And this one is no exception. It's simple. But working in the Symphony Center, that stage is a little bit smaller, so that's kind of been a little bit of a challenge. Is trying to fit everything in that stage, and while you've still got 6 band members, and but it'll work out. It always works out.
Philip and Whitney over at the Symphony Center. Philip is kind of managing the Symphony Hall, I believe, and has kind of let us in to do what we need to do there. And Whitney's running our technical side of things.
Right.
So we are blessed with a great team. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be so much fun. We want to let everybody know that if you do plan on seeing the production, you need to get your tickets in advance. We need to know that so they can prepare the meals for that night. But we want to let you know also that you need to get the tickets fast. They are selling out like crazy.
They are.
We don't have a lot of time to get those tickets.
And if you prefer a vegetarian meal, those are available too if they know in advance. So whenever I looked at the website the other day, there's not a lot of tickets left.
There's
so
not a
you
lot.
really, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss this show. So you got to get on the horse.
It's going to be a great experience. Also, just a few more pointers. The show actually starts at 8. The meal starts at 7. There will be a bar available at the show. What else did we leave out for them? It is Friday, Saturday, both weekends. Right. But we just want to, again, say thank you for this opportunity. We want to invite the whole community to come out and share this experience with us because we're having a blast and it's only just begun. I have a feeling there's lots more fun to have.
It is, and if you want to come twice, you might want to plan to come twice because I guarantee you, if you come once and you come again, you're going to pick up some things that weren't the same because it will not be the same 2 nights in a row. I guarantee you it won't.
That brings up a good point because with this particular show, we get to do a lot of improv and because it's like you're at a live show, so you wouldn't always say the same thing when you're doing a band show at the Esquire Ballroom or at the Grand Ole Opry. So it is a lot of just what comes natural. And that has been fun every night to see how that changes.
Yeah, it's kind of fly by the seat of your pants a little bit. Yeah. But, whenever you work with audience participation, you know, you're going to ask some questions, you're going to get different answers, and you're going to have to come back with that a little bit differently. So, you know, every night's going to be different. So if you want to come more than once, you feel free to do that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, again, we are very excited to have this opportunity. We want to say thank you. We want to invite you. Please come out and enjoy with us at the Symphony Hall, February 17th and 18th, 24th and 25th. Must get your tickets in advance. You can go to gaslighttheatre.org online and purchase them, or you can purchase them at the box office. And that number, I believe, is 234-2307. So please come out and enjoy with us. Carol, do you have anything in closing?
You are going to, like I said before, you're going to laugh. You might even cry, and that's okay. You're going to want to get up and dance. You're going to sing along. You're going to tap your toes. You're going to have good food. You're going to have good desserts. You're going to hear an incredible band that you are not going to be sorry that this will be the highlight of your weekend. And it's just shortly after Valentine's Day. If you haven't made that Valentine's gift yet, you might want to think about it.
Great idea. Well, again, we just want to remind you that Gaslight Theatre is a nonprofit community theater. This is one of our fundraisers, so not only is it going to be a great show, but it's for a great cause. So come out and join us and have some fun, and just hopefully you leave with a good feeling and lots of laughter, and we're looking forward to it. Excited to see it. You won't want to miss it. Gaslight Theatre is always Patsy Cline.